Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Nev here on Rainbow Tarot UK. Thanks so much for joining me for this pick a card reading, and today we're doing a no contact situation between you and your person, and we're looking at spilling the tea on what they are thinking, what they're feeling currently, whether they consider reaching out or reconciling with you, what is going on for them. So we've got our three piles to choose from. We have pile number one, which is the Knight of Swords here. There you go. And that is with the Rhodonite stone or crystal here. And then we have pile number two, which is the Tower card. You can see that there. And that's also with the Dalmatian Jasper star here. Okay, pile number three, that is the Wheel of Fortune. And that's with the Amethyst stone or crystal. So those are your three piles to choose from. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, or you fancy listening to more than one pile, then you can. Of course, it is a free pick a card reading. You can listen to as many piles as you like. But otherwise, I'll see you really soon in your reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number one, welcome back to your reading. Thanks for joining me. If you are new, then it's lovely to have you here, and I hope you find the reading really helpful and hopefully enjoyable. If you're a returning viewer or subscriber, then a lovely warm hug to say thank you so much for all your lovely support and the fact that you have actively engaged in the channel by subscribing, commenting, liking. All of that just makes a huge difference, and I'm deeply grateful for that. And if you feel, or if anyone feels who's watching this video, that they like it, they like the reading, they like what they're hearing, what they're seeing, then please do, do one of those things. That would be great. But let's get straight to it. So of course today, as usual, is a general reading. So just take the messages that resonate, and it's timeless. But you chose to come into the reading under the Knight of Swords, and underneath it says the Game Master. Okay, so that is your initial card that you came into the reading on. So let's put our card there. This is from the Urban Tarot deck, by the way, if you're interested. And this is the Rhodonite stone that you came in on. So I'm going to put our little Rhodonite there on my leaf so that we can see it. Okay, so I hope everyone's doing well. Sending you all my love and light. Wishing you all the best wherever you are in the world. And let's get straight to it. So let's find out. We're spilling the tea, aren't we? We just want to know what is going on in this no contact situation, what they're thinking, what they're feeling. Are they considering reconciling or reaching out? Let's take a look. So for pile number one, what's the tea on their person? How is their person thinking, feeling? What is going on for their person right now in this no contact situation, please? This no contact, situation. Oh, we seem to have two, so I'm going to take the two of them. Wasn't expecting that, but I'm going to take it. So we've got happiness, unlock the doors to happiness, okay. And then we have disagreements, agree to disagree, okay. So obviously there might have been some disagreements in this that might have led to the no contact situation. But there's something here, isn't there, about maybe just accepting that you might disagree. But let's see. Let's get out another oracle card. So what's going on for pile number one's person in this no contact situation? What is it? Now this is the Ten of Swords. These cards relate to the Tarot deck, and this relates to the Ten of Swords, okay? With this hand reaching out. Okay. Let's have a look to see what the tarot says, shall we? Okay, so let's ask, what's the tea on pile number one's person? What they're thinking, what they're feeling, what's going through their mind? How are they dealing with this no contact situation? Let's see what we've got. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles. We've got the Ace of Wands, the Moon, Knight of Swords. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Swords coming out twice. The Five of Cups. And the Nine of Wands. Right, so at the moment, there's definitely this feeling of being shut out, isn't there? Of being cut off. Certainly with the Nine of Wands. I mean, this Nine of Wands really does demonstrate that's the overall arching energy, this sort of Nine of Wands. So your person might be feeling a little bit defensive. They might be thinking that you're feeling quite defensive with the Nine of Wands. And somebody, either you or them or both of you, are feeling kind of shut off or shut out in some way. Right, now with the Five of Cups here, there is loss. This person is feeling loss, disappointment, sadness. There might be an element of sort of self-pity with them as well, because sometimes that is the energy of the Five of Cups, you know, like not being able to, really focusing in on the negatives and not being able to see, you know, because often the Five of Cups, you've got 3 cups that have spilt, right? So it's like crying over that spilt milk rather than focusing on the 2 cups that are still remaining, which is the Two of Cups. So they might be sort of like very focused in on what's gone wrong, on that, you know, on that kind of negative energy, right? Or they might think that you are. Now the moon is central. So the moon is obviously a card of secrecy, of hidden energy, of things that are sometimes a lot of anxiety and fears and insecurities. So I feel like this person is feeling that way. There are fears, insecurities, maybe doubts, maybe some depression. Your person might be feeling a little bit low in mood or depressed. And we do have unlock the doors to happiness. So they might be thinking that they're not feeling happy and they want to feel happier. But it's difficult at the moment because I feel like they are suffering. So I feel that's the word I want to use. I feel like this person might be suffering at the moment in this no contact situation. Now the Knight of Swords twice is a card of swift, bold action. So it could be that this person is sort of planning some kind of swift, bold action in terms of this situation or this relationship. Ace of Pentacles would suggest a new beginning of some kind, right? A passionate new beginning, because that's what aces are. And not the Ace of Pentacles, sorry, the Ace of Wands. And Wands is the fire suit, it's all the fire signs, it's all that energy of fire and passion and desire, right? But we also have slow energy here, okay? So we've got a lot of quick energy, but we've got slow energy. So I wonder what that is about. It could be as well that they are thinking back maybe for some of you about how this ended or how this came into no contact. And it could have been very quick, very sudden, could have been out of the blue. It could have been that this person left you or you left them very suddenly, and that's still very much on their mind. Ten of Swords is something that's died, really. But with the Ten of Swords, there's always hope for the future, because in normal Ten of Swords, it's, you know, person lying flat on the ground with 10 swords in their back, but there's always a horizon, because 10's always cancel down to 1s, and 1s are new beginnings. So I would say this person is maybe thinking and feeling that they want the end of a difficult or tough cycle, and they want to be hopeful. With the unlock the doors to happiness, they want to be hopeful about this, and they want to maybe come to some kind of because it says agree to disagree, maybe some kind of place with you where you both realise that you've got, you know, a shadow side to each other, a shadow side, and, you know, you are going to trigger each other, there are going to be disagreements, but to sort of move beyond that in some way. The other meaning to the Nine of Wands is that this person could be willing to still fight for this connection. They're still wanting to fight for this connection, even though they're very tired, and there's a lot of heavy, I would say quite heavy emotions around this, quite difficult emotions for them. There's an element of wanting to fight for it, wanting to, and with the Game Master, maybe coming up with some kind of strategy or plan to kind of move forward maybe with this. But let's see what else we've got. So obviously we've got all the air signs and all the earth signs here of Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And we've got all the, I think we've probably got all of them actually, apart from a few of the water signs. But with the Ace of Wands, obviously we've got all the fire signs of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And the moon is actually Pisces energy. So I think we've just got a couple of water signs that haven't been included in this row. So those signs might mean something to you. Let's get out some other cards now, shall we? Let's get out another one of these cards. So let's see. What's the T? What's going on with pile number one's person in this no contact situation? How are they thinking and feeling? Enthusiasm to face the world. Yeah, they might be wanting to face a situation again, or to have a new start with a situation again. Because this looks like a full moon. So they might want to be doing that relatively quickly. So let's see. I think I've got another card here. I'm going to get this one out. So what is pile number one's person? What's going on with pile number one's person? What is the T on them? Capricorn, ambition, realism, and methodical steps. Well, Capricorn is the sign of hard work, for sure, and Capricorn itself might mean something to some of you. So maybe this person is thinking about taking practical steps. That will certainly go with the Knight of Pentacles, towards something, towards this situation now. You can't pick it up on camera, but this is the deck that I used, right, which is the Orosoma deck. And there's a card that I've left here on the side, which I didn't see, and I'm going to pick that up and take it because it's obviously, I think, relevant to this reading. So let's have a look. Three of Pentacles, yeah. Funnily enough, it was saying about working towards something. Well, the Three of Pentacles is a card of collaboration. It's about collaborating. It's about working together. So that might be what this person is wanting to do, to collaborate with you, maybe to work together towards something here. But let's get some more tarot out. How are they currently thinking and feeling? Like coming up with some sort of plan, or putting some sort of plan in place to actually act on that plan as well. So, because we did have the reaching out, so they might literally, the Ten of Swords, out from this dead situation, want to reach out towards you. Let's get out some more cards. How is pile number one's person thinking and feeling? What is the T on pile number one's person in this no contact relationship? The Magician. The Tower. Okay, well, of course, the Tower is the main card of pile number two. You might feel drawn to this pile number two, only if you feel like it. We've got Three of Swords right underneath the moon. The King of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles, the Devil. So at the moment things are tricky. The Devil is a card of negativity. It's a card of feeling stuck in a sort of negative pattern, or a negative cycle, or a negative way of thinking. It's very limiting. It's very, yeah, we feel very stuck in some kind of pattern, which is usually to our detriment, and it's quite toxic as well. So the situation at the moment may feel quite toxic to this person, but it may also feel very tempting still, right? With the Devil card here, because the Devil card can be about obsession, thinking obsessively, and particularly with this image, I feel that this person is still very much focused on you. Maybe sees you still as very much as a temptation with this snake here. But out of nowhere, it could be that their desire, and I think there is a desire here to grow this situation again, to reach out and to grow this situation again. So I feel like this person does want to reconcile, actually. But it could come as a huge shock to you that I would be saying that, or a huge shock based on maybe how they were previously. But I feel like this person does definitely want to reconcile. Wants to, build something up from the ground again. So build the connection up from the ground again in a kind of better way, maybe in a more collaborative way, in a more, in a more reasonable way. where they work with you. So they maybe this time around they're prepared to do the work, possibly. But the Magician is all about manifesting. So I feel like this person does want to manifest here some connection with you. There is pain. There is pain because we've got the Three of Swords underneath the Moon. So I think in this separation, in this time of not seeing you, of not hearing from you, there is a lot of pain with the Three of Swords. There is heartache for sure, okay? So they're definitely not happy with the no contact situation, right? I feel like maybe they're wanting to, yeah, with the King of Pentacles underneath, because the Knight of Swords is generally quite rash. It's quite a rash energy. Even though it's very clever energy, it's quite rash. It can do things quite rashly, whereas the King of Pentacles is much more stable and solid, and you have it right next to the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like this person is wanting to reach out, reconcile with you, and to do things in a much kind of like maybe slower kind of way. The Seven of Pentacles is about reinvesting or investing in the future, investing in growth, taking care of something, nurturing something so that it can grow. And I feel that that's what this person now wants. And then maybe they didn't show that before, but I feel like this time around with the King of Pentacles, they're wanting things to be more stable, maybe because, you know, it has, maybe they've had some sort of realization in this no contact situation. I feel like maybe things have been rocked for them, or maybe their foundations or something at their core has been rocked. They've been impacted, they've been affected by the no contact situation. It's affected them, you know, in a real kind of like, I feel like they've gone through a lot of pain, actually. I feel like they've gone through a lot of pain, and as a result of that, they've realised something. And I think they've realised that they would like things to be healthier between you. They would like things to be more stable. They would like to be more stable within themselves. And, you know, put more effort maybe into growing the situation, or put more effort into to the connection. And also maybe more commitment here. I feel like maybe in the time of separation, they feel that they have matured, that they've grown, and that they are now able to offer something that's more mature or stable, rather than maybe something that wasn't like that before, or something where they were just, maybe they were quite selfish before. They could have been quite selfish. That can be the energy of the Devil. Or maybe that it was just a very negative dynamic between you, and it is at the moment. But I feel like this person is wanting to manifest, because they've gone through pain and suffering in separation from you, something more stable here. So they want to be more collaborative and hard-working towards the situation. They want to be more balanced. I think that's probably the word that I want to use. I feel like this person is wanting to be more balanced towards you. So what do we have in terms of zodiac signs? So we've got Libran energy. We've also got Capricorn here in the King of Pentacles. And with the Seven of Pentacles, we've got Taurus energy. And then we've also got Capricorn with the Devil. So there's a lot of Capricorn energy. And Capricorns are, you know, very stable, solid, hard-working. In that respect, let's see if we can get out some message cards for you. Let's see what message cards we've got for pile number 1 in this no contact situation. What's the see on their person, please? I feel like these are all wanting to come out. I'm just going to take them and see what they are. So we've got blowing a kiss, unconditional love, giving and receiving, fairness and love, affection returned. Okay. Paradise, happiness and joy. That's the second time we've had happiness. Playfulness, enjoying each other, honeymoon phase. Let's see if I can just move these to the top so you might be able to see everything. Let's move these up a little bit. Then we've got key on a ring. Many options, unconventional, one night stand, string along. Okay. Hammer, sabotage and rebuild, persistent, working on it, repairing. And I'm going to put in one more. Just going to do this, which is old school, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So this person might be doing a lot of reminiscing or looking back. I feel like there's something about maybe someone sabotaged this connection, maybe they sabotaged it. Maybe with this one here, key on a ring, there's maybe some awareness of what, because it could have been with the Knight of Swords twice and the Game Master, maybe they were a bit of a game player before. You know, maybe they thought they could just come, get what they want and go again. But I feel like in this no contact situation, this separation situation, they've realised that that's kind of not what they want to do going forwards with you. They'd like to rebuild. They'd like to create a better relationship with you. But anyway, pile number 1, that's been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do consider giving me a thumbs up, subscribing, hitting the bell if you want to hear more, and leaving a comment. That would be brilliant. All of it helps. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. So lovely to do this reading for you today. And today we're doing a no contact situation between you and your person, and we're spilling the tea really on how they're thinking, feeling. You know, are they considering reaching out? Do they want to reconcile? All of those kind of things. Hopefully we'll be able to answer in this reading. So you chose to come into the reading under, you were brave enough to come under the Tower card here. Okay, it doesn't always get a good rep, the Tower, but it's actually got a lot of positive meaning, the Tower card. But that's the card you came in under, plus the Dalmatian Jasper star here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that there. Right, so let's get straight to it. So, how are you all doing? Is everyone doing well? I really hope so. And I just want to say, if you're new to the channel, then thank you so much for popping by. And I really hope you find the reading helpful. And if you're a returning viewer or subscriber, then, oh, you're so lovely. Thank you for showing your continued support of my channel, engaging with it, actively engaging by, you know, giving me likes, giving me comments, subscribing. All of that stuff's really, really important. I really appreciate it. And if anyone feels that they want to do that, if they're watching this reading and they like it and they want to do one or all of those things, then I would really be very, very, very thankful. But let's get straight to it. So let's get some oracle cards out, and also reminding us, of course, or reminding you that it is a general reading. So just take the messages that resonate. If they don't resonate for you, maybe they resonate for somebody else. And it is timeless as well. So whenever you pick it up, it should hopefully be relevant. But let's ask. So we're looking at pile number 2 in this no contact situation. We're going to, you know, we're asking what is the tea on their person. We're trying to spill that tea. We're trying to find out what is going on with them. You know, how are they thinking? How are they feeling? Things for number 2. Or what we got? Return. Well, that's very strong, isn't it? Someone from your past may return. Okay, so maybe they are thinking about reaching out, returning, reconciling, but let's see what else we've got. It's quite a strong message there. I mean, the Tower is essentially about something coming down that wasn't right to begin with. It wasn't built on solid foundations. And then the only way after that is to rebuild, isn't it? To move up, to go upwards. So let's see how that plays out in this reading. So let's get out another oracle card as well. So how are they, you know, what's going on with pile number 2? What's the tea? How are they thinking, feeling towards pile number 2? Let go of your inner thoughts. So let go of your inner thoughts. So maybe let go of some of your anxieties, fears, maybe something that's holding you back, possibly. I'm just going to cover that lady's bottom up there, just in case, because of YouTube. Okay, let's get another card out. So how are they, you know, what is going on with pile number 2's person? How are they currently thinking, feeling about pile number 2? What's going on for them? Now these relates to the tarot. They are my Orosoma cards. And this is the Fool. The Fool, which is like a new beginning. So what did I say with the Tower card here? Once something is dismantled because it wasn't working, the Fool is a new beginning, a new journey. Things begin again. Things are rebuilt. It's all about to start again. So maybe this person is thinking with the Return and the Fool to begin this situation again, possibly, even though it might be a little bit risky, because there's always a little bit of a risk attached to the Fool card. So let's get out some tarot here. So they might be thinking about doing this with you. It might be going through their mind. So what is the tea? What's happening with pile number two's person? How are they thinking? How are they feeling? What's going on for them? So we have the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Wands. Funnily enough, the Ace of Wands came in this position exactly, I think, in pile number one. And I think there was some reference to me saying for pile number one to look at pile number two. So there might be some correlation. Hopefully when I get my camera back in focus. There might be some correlation between pile number one and two. So you might want to listen to pile number one if you feel inclined. So let's see, we've got the Seven of Wands, Three of Swords. How are they thinking and feeling, please? Star card, okay. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, so currently it feels very uncertain for them with the Wheel of Fortune. Because with the Wheel of Fortune, things can go up and they can go down. But this person is definitely wanting some kind of new beginning here. You've got the Fool and you've got the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is a brand new start. It's a passionate new start. And there's a lot of fire still for you, I think, for certain. And the start is about healing. So this person is definitely wanting healing. They're wanting balance. They want to heal this situation. But maybe it's uncertain. Maybe it's in a state of flux. Well, it is in a state of flux, isn't it? If it's in a no context situation, maybe they don't know what's going to happen. But also with the Wheel of Fortune, they're feeling maybe it's destined, maybe there's fate and destiny between you, and maybe they're looking for some good luck in this connection. But there is sadness here with the Three of Swords here, but a lot of remembrance. So this person is definitely remembering you, looking back at you, thinking about you, because we've got this little locket here, this Victorian locket with this little bit of hair in it, where people used to in Victorian times, didn't they, put something in their locket to remember someone that they've lost. So I feel like this person is probably reminiscing, remembering, thinking back over you for sure, and feeling the loss, really feeling the loss and feeling the lack, really. I feel like they're heartbroken. I feel like there's a lot of heartbreak, really, with them. And the Nine of Swords is fear, anxiety. I think maybe possibly the way that there was the no contact happened, or the way you came into separation was maybe quite sudden, or quite ruthless maybe, or quite, caused a lot of, maybe there was a lot of drama, and now there's this huge amount of anxiety and fear and worry and stress. I feel like this person is very stressed at the moment. Maybe they're thinking that you are too, that you're also feeling the stress, also feeling the loss, also feeling the anxiety, also maybe wanting a new beginning. Maybe you're thinking that you want a reconciliation as well, and healing and stuff. The Seven of Wands is a card of challenge, but this is a card of overcoming challenges. The Seven of Wands is always about overcoming challenges. It's always about facing those challenges and having the upper ground. And clearly this person has the upper ground to all these wands that are coming at them. But they're standing on higher ground, which means they're in a better position to counteract all these challenges. So I feel like this person, and it is central here, this person can see that this situation is challenging for sure, feels the stress of it, feels the loss of it, feels the heartache of it, but essentially is willing to meet the challenges, right? Is willing to face the challenges head on, and wants healing. So this person definitely wants reconciliation, and they definitely want healing in the situation, I would say. And they feel a lot of desire still for you, for sure. But it's unpredictable. You know, they may be thinking, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't know how pile number two might respond to me if I reach out. It could all, it's in the hands of fate, really. It's kind of like it could all go wrong, or it could all go really well. But I'm hoping for luck in this situation. I'm hoping it's going to go as well as it can do. I'm just going to take the plunge with the Fool card here. I'm just going to take the risk and kind of go for it again. So what do we have in terms, and that is a sort of similar, that was kind of similar to pile number one, so you might want to listen to pile number one. So what do we have here? So we've got Gemini, we've also got all the fire signs of Aries, Leo and Sagittarius, as well as Libra energy, Aquarius as well. So those are some of the zodiac signs that I'm seeing. But let's get out another oracle card, shall we? Let's find these ones. So let's ask. For pile number two, what's the T on their person? What are they thinking? What are they feeling? I don't want two. I just want one. Thank you. Let's have a look. See what we've got. Your path. Dear Lord, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. Right, so there's something about this person feeling that you and them are destined. There's some sort of destiny, right, a path. And it also says let go of your inner thoughts. And I think I said initially, let go of your inner fears or what's holding you back. Because the Nine of Swords is often a card of having a lot of nightmares, feeling very stressed and anxious, but often you're just making it worse than what it actually is. So there's something here about this person wanting to let that go and move beyond that, I think, with this situation, with this relationship. So let's move these up a little bit, and then we're going to get the second row of tarot. So what's the T on pile number two's person? What are they currently thinking, feeling? We've got the Three of Swords. Again, there's a lot of heartache here. There's such a sense of loss. I feel like this person is really missing you and really in a lot of pain. We've got all this. They might be really stressed, really stressed about this situation. That's probably why you got the Tower, because they themselves might be going through some sort of huge, it might have just created such a shift for them, such a shake-up. Such a shake of what they thought was stable or secure, and when you lose that, it creates a huge amount of pain, doesn't it? Okay, so what's going on with partner? There's definitely suffering. There's a lot of suffering with your person, I think. Right, we have the Tower again. My God. Wow, I feel like this person is really going through it. They're really going through it big time. But of course, in the Tower, when the Tower comes along, it's an opportunity for massive realizations. Because you've basically been stripped bare, really. You've got to the point in life where you probably have had lots of warnings about something or lots of signs about something not being right. And then finally what happens, the universe just says, look, I've given you all the signs, and now it's time for it to just go. So something about the connection before wasn't right. And it had to be dismantled in order for things to be rebuilt. And in that process, it's very painful, but it's also an opportunity to really learn from what went wrong before, with a view to building something up again in a brand new way, in a better way. And I think that's what this person is realising or feeling and thinking. What is going on for pile number two's person, please? The Ace of Wands again. Can you believe it? After the Tower comes the Ace of Wands, which is that new beginning. After that time of absolute pain, heartache, but necessary pain and heartache in a way, so that you can realise what's important and begin again in a new way, in a better way. Look at that, Ten of Pentacles. Okay. And Temperance, yeah. I mean, it couldn't be clearer, really. This person 100% wants to reach out, 100% wants to reconcile, has or feels that they have completely learnt from what has gone on. The Emperor is about coming up with some kind of strategy or plan. This person is coming up with some kind of strategy or plan. Some kind of system, some kind of better way in which you and them can connect. Also, the Emperor is the archetypal father figure, is a very reliable figure, very stable, very solid, very loyal. So I feel like there's something about this person thinking, I need to be much better at providing a much better, stable, more solid connection for pile number 2. So I want to begin. I've got a lot of passion and desire and enthusiasm with the Fool card here to return. Right, I want that after this period of being on my own and going through such suffering. I want that back. And I want us with the Ten of Pentacles to leap from the Ace to the Ten of Pentacles. I want us to leap into this ultra committed connection, because the Ten of Pentacles really is the absolute epitome, or the epitome of domestic bliss and happiness, really. Because in the Ten of Pentacles, you've got everything, really. You're committed, you're a committed couple, you are stable, you are financially solid and sound, you are often enjoying all the generations of the family and all the things, all the material comforts that you get when you're in a solid, stable relationship. You know, you've got all those kind of comforts and all that kind of stability and loyalty. And that is what this person is looking to create out of heartache and separation and loss, because the memories are still so strong, really, for you, and they want to create that with you. They want to leap, take a leap of faith. It is literally a leap of faith from starting it up again to providing or having this stable situation with you. And Temperance is about balance. It comes right under the star, balance and healing. So this person 100% wants to have healing with you, 100% wants to be balanced with you, wants to be back with you in a stable connection. They do not want this Tower energy. They don't want the disruption anymore. They don't want the pain anymore. They want to be in a balanced situation with you, in a good place emotionally, with all this water flowing in a very controlled way, in an emotionally kind of like stable way, and a balanced way, and a loving way. Okay, because there's a lot of love in, there's a lot of all this water. Look, all this water flowing here. I don't know if you can see it. Water is emotion, isn't it? It's feelings, isn't it, really? So we've got all this water flowing, and then it sort of continues to flow here in a very sort of steady, calm way. So I feel like they're wanting, and the Tower is emotions that are sort of tumultuous. In fact, in this Tower card, there's somebody drowning, right? There's somebody drowning, and I feel like they might be drowning in the pain of the situation, really. And there's all this choppy water, and you know, all these waves and everything. Whereas here, the water is much calmer. It's flowing. It's you know, it's a sort of like sort of like a calm flow of emotions where things are balanced and things are on an even keel again. And that's what this person wants to have with you. For sure. So they definitely do want reconciliation. And I feel like at the moment they're making a plan, or hatching a plan to reach out with the Emperor here. What's underneath the Emperor? Yeah, the Fool again. There's so many sort of like correlations, isn't there, and synchronicities in this reading. Like, so the Emperor is about making a plan, a strategy to begin again. And there's something about them offering something to you, because this person this Fool is offering something here. So they might be actually thinking of offering something to you, giving you a gesture, showing you, maybe connecting with you, or buying you a present or something like that, as a beginning gesture to come back towards you, really. Wow. So let's see. So what have we got? So we've got Libran energy. We've also got Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. We've got Virgo, and we have Sagittarius again. We've got Aries as well. So let's get out some message cards, shall we, for part of 2. So what's the tea on their person? Please. Healing heart. Healing heartbreak, toxicity or addiction, abusive relationship. Right, yes, there might have been some of that in this situation. And this person, like I said, with the realizations, maybe they've you know, had to do a lot of work on themselves, had to do a lot of healing. Maybe there was lots of toxicity or something difficult about this connection. Certainly with the Tower, something major brought it down. So maybe this person is now looking to heal, as I said, with the Star card and the Temperance, to heal the connection. Sword and Rose, clarity and truth, revelations, exactly. Honour and protection, determination. Yeah, so there's been some revelations with them. They've had some realisations, I think. And now they're much more clearer. Love, my goodness, unconditional love, self-love and wholeness, affection and attraction, selflessness. Okay. What else have we got, please? Part number 2. Self-indulgence, self-worth and value, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. So maybe there's something about this person also wanting, you know, maybe they've done a lot of healing, maybe they want the connection when you get back together for there to be a lot more, you know, focus on working on yourselves individually and working on the relationship. I feel like this one's going to come out, which is old school. This came out in part number 1. Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. Now that might be touching a little bit on the 9 of Swords, where they're sort of like getting a bit stressed over things that have gone on in the past or stuff like that. But they're wanting, I think, or they're in that process of healing. Obviously, you're going to be going through certain things, aren't you? You're going to be moving through that, and I feel like this person feels that they want to move through all of that and heal themselves and heal the connection as well. But anyway, pile number 2, that's been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss a reading. Also, maybe leave a comment, that would be great. But otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. Thanks so much for joining me. And today we're doing a no contact situation between you and your person. And we're looking to spill the tea, really, on what they are thinking and feeling currently. You know, are they considering reaching out or reconciling? We're going to be looking at all of that today. So you chose to come into the reading under this card, which is the Wheel of Fortune from the Urban Tarot, if you're interested. There you go. And also the Amethyst here. Little amethyst stone. So there we go. I'm going to put our amethyst there on our leaf. How are you all doing? Is everyone doing really well? I hope so. If you're new, then thank you so much for joining my little channel here. And I hope you find the reading helpful and as enjoyable as you can do. If you are a returning viewer, then thank you so much for all your lovely support, and particularly if you've engaged with the channel. So if you've given a thumbs up, if you've liked, if you've commented, if you've subscribed, all of that is fantastic in terms of just being really good to grow the channel, and also gives me an idea of what you like. So if you can do that, anyone who's watching feels like they want to do any of those things or all of those things, that would be amazing. But let's get straight to it. Now, I hope everyone's doing well, and I'm sending you all my love and light. And I just want to remind you that, of course, it is a general reading, so please just take the messages that resonate for you. If they don't resonate for you, they might be for somebody else. And it is timeless, so it's good for whenever you are catching it. So let's have a look. So we're going to look at pile number 3's person. What is the tea? So please can you tell me, what's the tea on their person? What is going on with their person right now in this no contact connection? What is happening? How are they thinking and feeling? Thank you. Let's have a look and see. Transformation. Enter into the light from out of darkness. Okay. So they might be feeling with the Wheel of Fortune very uncertain about things, because the Wheel of Fortune can be, fortune comes and it goes, doesn't it? And we've got this lightning here, so things can be good, things can be bad. So it's a sort of an unstable energy, really. So they might be feeling quite unstable at the moment, not certain, not sure of what's going on. I'm just noticing these 2 masks here, so they might be masking how they're really feeling, or they might be hiding their real feelings to others around them, not being honest about how they're really feeling. And maybe there were some masks in the connection before. something like that, or maybe it was unstable before as well, or, you know, uncertain. But it could be that they are now thinking that they want to transform that, maybe, or change. Maybe it was cyclical, maybe it, you know, maybe it wasn't stable, something like that. But anyway, let's get out some other cards before we say too much. So how is pile number 3's person feeling at the moment? What's the tea on them? What's going on for them, please? Please, can you be clear with me? I feel like it's that one there. Right there. That's hiding, and I'm going to take it. Let's see what this one is. What is this one? So this is the 7 of Wands. So this relates to Orosoma, something called Orosoma, which I'm also interested in. And this is the tarot. This is their cards that relate to the tarot. So this one is the 7 of Wands. And the 7 of Wands is challenges. So it does feel like this person is challenged at the moment. The 7 of Wands is always when you've got the you're on the upper ground. You've got the upper hand. You know how to combat those challenges. You know how to deal with them. It is tough. You know, you do have to deal with them, but you've got the tools, if you like, to be able to deal with them in the right way or competently. So maybe this person is feeling this situation is challenging, but I can get through the challenges, or I can overcome the challenges. I know how to do that, maybe. Let's get out some tarot. Right, what's going on with pile number 3's person? What's happening with them? What are they thinking, feeling? Are they considering reaching out or reconciling? What is going on with their person, please? So we've got 3 of Wands, the Star card, the Wheel of Fortune again. Now, in every single one of the readings, what I've noticed is all the main cards have come out in the reading, right? So that's interesting, isn't it? So obviously that main card was really meant to be there. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Obviously your main card is the Wheel of Fortune. The Knight of Wands. The 6 of Wands. And I have to say as well, for a no contact, considering these are no contact readings, they've all been incredibly hopeful and positive, which has been a real surprise to me, because you don't always expect that when you do a no contact reading for people. But they've all looked very, very, very positive. Yeah, look, the Empress. This person, how are they currently thinking and feeling about you in this no contact situation is, I think the thing is they do realise that nothing is, that things could go one way or the other, right? So they're not, they recognise that this is an unstable situation, okay, that you're in, that the fates could give them success or it could give them failure. But I mean, I definitely feel that this person is wanting, with all these positive cards, to heal somehow with the Star card here, because you've got healing here. Star is all about healing, it's all about balance. It's about, it's about all of that really. It's about having hope. So I feel like this person still has a lot of hope for this situation. And maybe this is the kind of situation that is cyclical, when you do sort of like come together and then fall apart, come together and then fall apart. It could be like that. That could be what is going on here, right? And this person is thinking that they want to come back towards you again, that they want to heal the situation. The 3 of Wands is about getting ready for a journey, right? Getting ready for action, right? So you're waiting for action because you've got this stagecoach to go on a journey, to do something. So I feel like this person is believing that they're preparing. There's some sort of preparation going on for moving towards you with the Knight of Wands here. The Knight of Wands is about going for something that you really, really want with absolute passion and determination and desire. Nothing gets in the way of this Knight of Wands. Whatever they want, they go for, okay? So I would say that this person really, really, really wants to go for a connection with you again, will come back towards you again, right? Is definitely wanting to reconcile and reach out to you again. Because I think they see you as somebody who's really, really, really attractive. The Empress card here is somebody who is, I mean, look at the Empress energy. I mean, she's just absolutely gorgeous, isn't she? She's always very beautiful, very caring, very loving, very nurturing, so sort of sensual and sensuous and in touch with, completely comfortable with her body and how she looks and everything. So I feel like this person is seeing you as an absolute catch, someone that they really, really, really fancy still. And also there's something about growing. So the general energy at the moment is for them to grow this connection again, for it to be abundant again, for it to be, for there to be lots of it again. So, and I think this person feels very confident that they can. So enter into the light from out of the darkness. So I get the sense that this connection particularly, which might be slightly different to pile number 1 and 2, is it could naturally be a cyclical thing, where you where you come backwards and forwards a little bit, or maybe it has been like that, where you've split up a couple of times and got back together, and this person is wanting to get back together again with you. Now the Six of Wands is a card of victory, it's a card of success. So this person is wanting success in this situation, right? Wanting it to be seen again, wanting it to be out in the open, or wanting to be seen again with you. Right here, look, wanting to be seen again with you. Okay, it does show a marriage scene. I mean, take that how it resonates. It could be an indication that this person wants commitment. But the Knight of Wands is a little bit of a selfish energy. Plus, it's next to the Wheel of Fortune, which is an unreliable energy. So let's see how that plays out. So maybe this person is somebody who's quite selfish, maybe, or somebody who has been or shown quite selfish behaviour in the past. Somebody maybe who hasn't been very reliable in the past, and maybe they're wanting to try to transform that, or they want to try and convince you that they want to transform that somehow. But let's see what happens with the other cards. So what have we got? So we've got Aries energy, we've also got Aquarius, we've got Sagittarius and Leo, as well as Taurus energy. Let's get out some other cards. So, what's the tea on pile number 3's person? What are they thinking and feeling at the moment? Distant, strange, keep a distance. Interesting. So distant, strange, keep a distance. What's that about then, I wonder? All these other cards here. Let's have a look at one of these. Let's see what's the tea on pile number 3's person. House 1, individuality, self-image and approach to life. Yeah, okay, house 1. The first house, the self. How is pile number 3's? What's the tea on pile number 3's person? How are they thinking and feeling? Allowing. Radical acceptance says yes to reality in any given moment, so what's needed can come next. Allowing. Let's get out the tarot. So, for pile number 3, what's the tea on their person? How are they thinking and feeling in this no contact situation? Queen of Swords. The 10, which is the wheel, again, the wheel of, the Wheel of Fortune again. So you had the Wheel of Fortune 3 times, pile number 3. So it could be that this person isn't always reliable, or this situation isn't always reliable. We've got the Tower, the Moon, and the King of Cups. Okay. 7 of Swords. Yeah, at the moment it could be really, really, with the 7 of Swords, that's a secret energy. So, and you've got the Moon card as well, which also a lot of secrecy right under the Knight of Wands. I mean, what I would say is this, I don't know if this is some sort of, I mean, maybe there's been a lot of secrecy in this connection, or there was a lot of secrecy, or a lot of also with the Tower card, it might have come down for some people because of its unreliability, because of its unpredictability, because it wasn't committed. Something like that. Now with the 2 kings here, it might be that this person, with right next to the transformation, but sorry, with the Queen and the King of Cups, this person is feeling like they have matured somehow. Are now with the King and the Queen energy, are a little bit more wiser. Somehow in this situation. I don't know, there's still something though about this that makes me feel that you might need to just be a bit careful with this person, right? Because I feel like they do want to reach out and reconcile with you. I feel like they do want to do that, for sure. But I feel there's something, and I feel like, funnily enough, they do have feelings here. They do have feelings for you with the King of Cups. They do, but there might be some fears with them around being able to give long-term commitment. I think that's probably what I want to say. So although they feel very attracted to you, they care a lot about you, they like you a lot. There's something, I think, that with all this unpredictable energy, 3 Wheel of Fortunes, right, which is something that you can't really rely on, and the Moon here, maybe there's something that there's something that they maybe can't be honest with themselves about, or something that they find difficult to really show how they're feeling. I think that might be it. They find it maybe difficult to show how they're really feeling, to express how they're really feeling, to be really present in a connection long term, which means it's quite difficult to be with somebody who behaves like that, isn't it? Because you can't really have an honest connection with them, because they're not really able to reveal, or they're not really able to be in touch with how they're really feeling, even for themselves, really. So there's something about that sort of energy, really. So they do care about you, and they do want to come towards you again, but there's something about them that's always going to be holding back a little bit, because they're not fully in touch with their feelings. They're not fully able to access their feelings. They're not fully able to express their feelings. And it means that the connection can only kind of go so far, if you know what I mean. So that's probably why it's always unreliable or uncertain, because they can't properly connect. But they may feel that in the separation they've kind of like matured. But there's something always about them that's hard to grasp or hard to connect with. So they're always a little bit, maybe you're always a little bit puzzled by them, or you don't know what's going to happen next, or you don't know. So maybe they're a bit unpredictable, really, sometimes as well. There's a little bit of unpredictability in there. Because we've got the first house, and that immediately made me think it was just, they're not really able to connect somehow. And that could be why you've got distant, strange, keep a distance, because there's something about them that, although they want to be with you, and they like you and they find you attractive and all of that, there's something about them which means that you always feel like you're never really truly connecting with them. There's always a bit of a distance there, because I think there's some sort of, maybe there's some with the Moon card, some deep-seated fear or anxiety, or some deep-seated insecurity or something like that, which means it's hard for them to connect fully with somebody else on a kind of like a feeling level, on an emotional level. So I just want to put that out to you there, pile number 3. But of course this person does want to come back towards you. They do want to reconcile, but I'm not sure that they would be able to fully, I feel like you might always be in a kind of like a stop-start sort of situation, or maybe when you're trying to get a bit close, they maybe pull back a bit, or maybe they are, suddenly ghost you or something like that, because they can't manage or handle anything to what they would see as intense or too close. So that's kind of what I'm going to say there, really. So yes, they are thinking about you. Yes, they do want to come back and reach out and reconcile, but there's and they may initially want to feel like they want to transform it or whatever, but I think those deep-seated insecurities, fears, ability to maybe, you know, so I mean, you might be thinking it's all going along great, and then suddenly it just sort of stops, or suddenly they just pull back, or something like that, because of their own, it's not because of you, it's because of their own instability or their own insecurity. And then also, you know, they've got a lot of, on the surface, confidence. There's a lot of surface confidence, which makes me think that they want to come back towards you, that they want to connect with you, and they do to some degree. They do want to heal it or whatever, but I don't know if they can fully sort of commit, really. I think that's probably what I'm feeling here. They might be able to do it for a time, but not for the long term. So maybe in the short term they can do that, but then, you know, after a while they might retreat again, or they might pull back again. Something like that. There's a bit of an air of that to it. But let's get out. So what we've got, sorry, in terms of zodiac signs. So we've got all of the air signs of Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. Then we've got Pisces. Then we've got Scorpio and Cancer, as well as Aquarius again with the Seven of Swords. But let's get out some message cards. So it sort of could be that they want to begin a new cycle with you, as opposed to, which would transform the current state of no contact. So let's see what we got here. Engagement ring, my goodness. High commitment, eternity, partnership, union and completion. All right. Then we've got picture, looking at pictures, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. What else have we got? Wedding rings, union, marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, devotion. My goodness. What else have we got? Cut down, cutting out, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment. Let's have one more. Seduction, attraction, teasing, hooking up and date, third party temptation. One more, and then we've got poker face, taking a chance, risks, options, not showing hand, gambling. I think what these say to me is kind of what I was feeling, really. There's, you know, it's like wanting a new cycle with you, definitely wanting to reconcile and have a new cycle, and maybe promising certain things, right? Because this did show a sort of a Six of Wands and a marriage scene, and I said sort of take how that resonates, which would be success and stuff. But then, so initially that might be how they kind of come forwards, how they, you know, kind of come towards you, but then they wouldn't necessarily be able to follow through with that, right? Because you've got cut down, you've got poker face, you've got attraction. So there's something about seducing you or bringing you back in, maybe under promises that they make, and that they, you know, they are missing you. They do care about you. They do feel something for you, but they won't be able to follow through, I don't feel, on a kind of like a committed, solid, long-term situation, right? So they'd pull back, they'd cut down, they'd ghost you, something like that, or they'd just withdraw. So they're kind of all of the energy is at the beginning, okay, to get you back, and then because you've got the Wheel of Fortune 3 times, there's that unreliability to them. So that's kind of what I want to say there, pile number 3. So you need to be mindful if you want to get back with this person. So you can take this reading as a bit of guidance, can't you, about whether you want to get yourself back into that kind of dynamic. But anyway, that's been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do consider subscribing, give me a thumbs up, hitting the bell if you want to hear more, maybe leaving a comment. But otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.